Hey, what's up guys? It's such a huge and difficult task to rank the albums, the studio albums of your favorite band of them all out there. Opeth is the band that brought me into metal several years ago, and I always wanted to do this kind of ranking of their studio album, but god, it's so difficult. So it took me days and days and days to rediscover the full discography of their 13 studio album to make this ranking. And of course my ranking will be different than yours. Of course I have different tastes than yours, and you just have to respect my ranking. I'm just saying that I would respect yours. And by the way, don't hesitate to put your own ranking of their 13 albums, studio albums, in the comments of this video. I'm very curious to see what are your favorites and what are your least favorite albums. To me, there is no bad album in Opeth discography. It's just, you know, that there is this seizure between two different eras for me. And well, I'll try to do my best here to let my heart speak and put from number 13 to number 1. So here we go with my personal ranking of the discography of Opeth. So I hope you will enjoy it. And again, feel free to put in the comments on this video what is your personal ranking. Let's go! God, it was so difficult, but the easiest part is to put really the first, my least favorite in this ranking. But then, of course, as much as I go forward, this will be really difficult. But it's my choice for the moment. Maybe if I was doing the ranking in 1 month, or if I did it last year, maybe the ranking would be different. But I think I'm quite consistent with what I thought these past years, and I quite didn't move that much, you know. Anyway, coming at number 13, it's the 2016 album Sorceress. It's my least favorite because, first of all, well, it's not the only one, but there are no growls here. It's pure, clear vocals. But there's really no tracks that really caught my heart here on this album. I just love the intro of the song called Era, you know. This really a piano introduction or synthesizer introduction, you know. I think it's really beautiful. But the track Sorceress, I think I heard it so much in their concerts, in their live videos, that I'm really disgusted of that track. I don't know. There's not really any track on this album that really caught my attention. You know, I like the intro of the album, Persephone, but yeah. So clearly, Sorceress for me, the album from 2016, is my least favorite of their discography. Coming at number 12 is the latest album from 2019, In Coda Venenum. I remember that several days prior to the release of this album, I couldn't sleep during the nights because I was so eager to put my ears on this album. I was waiting for it so much, and I loved it the day it released. There are some tracks that are really strong tracks. Dignity is great. Lovelorn Crime, you know, you have a lot of ballads on this album. It's of course 100% clear vocals as well. Continuum is great, and my favorite track is the last one, the closing track, All Things Will Pass. I think it's a great track, but still it lacks a bit of nervosity, it lacks of growls, of course, and well, it was really tough to put this one at number 12, but this is my choice. This album from 2019, In Coda Venenum, comes at number 12. And you will say that I have really something against clear vocals. Maybe when we talk about Opeth, because it's coming at number 11 is Heritage, the album from 2011. It's a great album. There are great tracks on there. The Devil's Orchid, the second track, 6 minutes 40, is really great. I love the riffs on this album. I love the guitar solos on this album. Michael's vocals are really amazing once again. Yeah, you know, Famine is great. X Process is great. Slither is great. It's great songs. Again, I'm saying there's no bad album in the Opeth studio discography, but I have to make a choice. So this is coming at number 11, Heritage. So let's start now with the difficult task. Coming at number 10 is the album from 1998, My Arms, Your Ears? Hearse? I don't even know what that means. I could have checked before running this video, but anyway, It's a great album, number 10, but for the most harsh albums, this is maybe my least favorite, because there's not really, if you will, if you want, I have really a couple of tracks really that I really love so much on all the next albums, but on this one, yeah, they are great tracks. April Ethereal, Madrigal, Demon of the Fall, of course. I think it's really the greatest track on this album, but maybe even one of the greatest tracks of all Opeth discography. But it's really the only track that really, booms my heart. It's Demon of the Fall. Absolutely fantastic tracks of a little bit more than 6 minutes. It's the 6th track of the album. And yeah, it's a great album. I really love to listen to it again and again and again. But again, this is a ranking, so I have to put a number 10. I have to put a number 9. So this one comes at number 10. This is my choice. So it's the album My Arms, Your Hearse, maybe, from 1998. Coming at respectively position number 9 and number 8. I have to put them together because they released the same year, 2015. It's Damnation and Deliverance. So in 2015, Opeth decided to put out like a double album, if you will, for the same year. An album more composed of ballads and an album more composed of more violent tracks, let's say. But still, it's a quiet album. And yeah, there are great tracks on Damnation. I just love Window Pane. I love In My Time of Need. I love Hope Leaves as well. I love To Read the Disease. These are great ballads. I love ballads from Opeth, Just for a little disclaimer, when I discovered Opeth, I was not into metal yet, and I was only listening to ballads, so including tracks without any growl, because I was not in metal yet. So, my ears were not really ready to absorb the guttural chains there. And so I discovered Opeth a lot with this album, Window Pane, In My Time of Need, Hope Leaves, things like that. And only then, after several months, when my brain accepted, the growls in the music, I started to discover really the rest. So this has a specific, place in my heart, this album Damnation. So that's why I put it, at number 9. At number 8 is the little brother Deliverance. So great tracks there. Fair Judgment is absolutely great. Master's Apprentice. Yeah, it's a great album. It's a long tracks, 11, 13, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 13 minutes, and it's a great album. So it's a duality. Number 9 and number 8 for Damnation and Deliverance, both released in 2015. Coming at number 7 is the album from 2014, Pale Communion. It really marks this seizure, between the two eras of Opeth here. We're starting here to have only clear vocals, but this album is my favorite of this period, of all these albums that only include clear vocals and totally exclude growls. This one is Pale Communion, so from 2014. Great tracks here. Eternal Rains will come from the intro track. You have also Cusp of Eternity, with absolutely great, nearly 11 minutes long for for Moon Above, So Below. An amazing tracks. Elysian Wars as well. You have also, on the deluxe version, you have a Demon of the Fall live version here, but it's for another album. So let's just say that this album is at number 7, and it's really the starting point of their new era, only including clear vocals, and this one is my favorite for this era, and it's coming at number 7. It's Pale Communion. Coming at number 6, it's the album from 2008, Watershed. It's absolutely a great album, and we are now in the first half. So it's really, we are in the highest positions of this ranking. We are attacking the second half. So here at number 6, at number 5 is Watershed. The album from 2008. Great tracks here as well. Heir Apparent, The Lotus Eater, Burden. What an absolutely fantastic ballad. I played, countless times this track when I discovered Opeth back in the days when I was not into metal yet. X Omega is great. But I think really the track here that really is definitely in my heart. It's really solidified in my heart. It's there for life. It's Burden. I just love this ballad, man. It's absolutely great. 7 minutes and 41 seconds. I just love it. But yeah, I have to do ranking. So this comes at number. So that was my number 6. Coming at number 5 is the album Ghost Reveries. What an album this is. Ghost of Perdition, the intro track of the album, is maybe one of the greatest tracks that Opeth ever did as well here. It's absolutely great. Atonement is absolutely great as well. The Grand Conjuring is absolutely such a great track, and it's also an album of more than 70 minutes long. If you consider the deluxe version, it's absolutely fantastic. Coming at number 5, Ghost Reveries. Number 4 is the debut from Opeth. So it was in 1995. Can you imagine that? Time flies, man. 1995, Orchid, the debut from Opeth. So of course here you will notice really the raw production on this album. But it's really, why do I put it? Because I checked a little bit on YouTube because I was so curious to see my colleagues how they do their ranking, and I saw that most of them are putting Orchid really like in a 13 or 12, well, just before 10, and it's just maybe my perception because I just love, the raw production on this album, and it's also because there are great long, super long tracks there, and also magnificent ballads there. I'm thinking, of course, about what's the name of this track? I just love, The Twilight is My Robe. What's the name of the track? Under the Weeping Moon, absolutely fantastic. In the Mist, She Was Standing, so that's the very first track of the very first album of Opeth. The Apostle in Triumph is absolutely fantastic as well. It's really long tracks. You have 14 minutes, 13 minutes, 11 minutes. But yeah, I just love the way it sounds, and I don't know why. Each year, when autumn is coming, I have to play this album again and again and again. I don't know. It's because I remember there was that specific years. It was maybe like 6 years ago. When I started to discover Opeth, it was autumn, and I discovered this album, and I just loved it. And each year, I don't know. There's something that makes me put this album again. To go back in time and to feel what I was feeling in that days. You know what I'm saying? It really gave me like a strange feeling, and yeah, I just love to repeat that, every year when autumn is coming. I could start playing it now because if you see the weather that we have here in Belgium for weeks now, it's pouring with rain, man. It's really like 12, 13 degrees, which should be maybe not normally 30. But yeah, it's disgusting weather, so I could start, playing that album already, even if we are still in the middle of summer. Crazy. So number 4 is the debut Orchid from 1995. So the trio now. We are on the podium, and I can already sense most of you guys will just shout after their screen, their mobile, or whatever you're watching this video on your TV or whatever. But coming at number 3, believe it or not, I'm sorry, but it's my choice. It's the most favorite album of most of the people over there. But for me, it's it's still at number 3. I'm of course talking about the 2001 masterpiece, Blackwater Park. For me, it's my number 3. Yes, it's a great album. I dig it. I absolutely love it. But it's not the one that really that I cherish the most. Just quite frankly, there are great tracks, of course. Bleak, the Leper Affinity, the Drapery Falls, Dirge for November, the Funeral Portraits, Blackwater Park, the title track, of course. It's such a great album. It's also nearly 80 minutes long. And I just love it. It's a great album, and apparently most of the people there love this album. It's for them the trademark of Opeth. It's Blackwater Park, but for me it's not the one that I cherish the most. But still, it's coming at number 3. And now you will understand, once I will give you my second entry, you will understand which one is my first one. Coming at number 2, and I hesitated so long between number 2 and number 1. But to me, there is no battle at all. It's my 2 favorite albums of Opeth, and I think they will remain as long as I will live. they will remain my number 2 and my number 1. Coming at number 2 is the album Morningrise from 1996. I just love this album. I love the cover. You could feel that it's a black metal cover, but no, it's Opeth. It's Morningrise from 1996. It's 5 tracks for maybe 70 minutes, something like that. I just love this album. Oh my god, Black Rose Immortal, 20 minutes of a track. What a track this is. This could be an EP just with that soul track. This could be an EP or a mini album, you know. Black Rose Immortal is absolutely crazy. And of course the closing track, To Bid You Farewell, with this, you know, acoustic guitar is absolutely making me crazy. So again, when I discovered Opeth before I fell into metal, these 2 tracks, Black Rose Immortal and To Bid You Farewell, I was putting them on repeat, you know, all during autumn, winter, every day when I was waking up, every day when I was going to bed, all day long in my ears, those 2 tracks, Black Rose Immortal and To Bid You Farewell. They really had such an impact on me, on my musical culture, you know, and on the way that after I was, going down and down and down and down in the underground metal scene. But yeah, this album is really a specific place in my heart, man, and I just love it. Morningrise coming at number 2. And now you understand, my favorite of them all is the album from 1999, Still Life. To me, this is their masterpiece. Really, for me, this is Opeth's masterpiece. It's just a great album. The artwork, I just love it. I think it's the best artwork that they ever delivered. I just love it. And just for the record, I'm starting to have a project to make a tattoo of this artwork on my right thigh. So it's a project. It's not done yet, but I think by beginning of next year, this will be really, really concrete. I will have it as a tattoo on my right thigh. For sure. This is, I think, one of the albums that had the biggest impact on me, you know, since I was born. You know, I just have such an affect for this album. It's absolutely great. So it was released in 1999. It's 7 tracks for an hour sharp. The introduction with the Moore, you know, with those notes that really come really slowly before you really hit hard, you know. I just love it. Nearly 12 minutes. The Moore is absolutely great. The second tracks as well, you know, so great acoustic guitar solos. Godhead's Lament, I just love it. Benighted, I love it. And then fifth track of the album, my personal favorite track of Opeth, no question, Face of Melinda, 8 minutes. I just love Michael's vocals on it. I just love the melodies. I love this song. You know, I just love it to pieces, man. I just love Face of Melinda. To me, it's the best track they ever did, and it's on this album. And of course, Serenity Painted, what's the title of this track? Serenity Painted Death. I just love it. And the title, the closing tracks, White Cluster, clocking at 10 minutes. I just love this album. There is nothing to put in the bin there. Well, it's Opeth. There is nothing at all to put in the bin in their discography. Let me be clear about that. But yeah, Still Life is just an amazing album, and to me, it's my number 1 of their whole discography. So that's it. This is my Opeth ranking. I hope that you're not disappointed. I hope that you will appreciate my choices. And again, I'm really curious to see, guys, your personal ranking. So please put that in the comments down below. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to share, to comment, to like, and to subscribe to Made Out of Metal if it's not done yet. And I will see you very soon on the other side. That was Melo. Ciao.